too long, and I don't want to be on this too long because I got other stuff to do. What's up, YouTube? What's up, Instagram? How y'all doing out there? And I'm shooting a video today. I'm shooting a good video today. This is talking about life insurance. We're not talking about health insurance. We're talking about life insurance. I'm still going to probably drop some juice about health insurance, but I am talking about life insurance. The topic of this video is how to position your family, how to position yourself to never deal with poverty again. I want to make sure that your family get this information and not just talking to myself, talk to a financial advisor. You know, this is all for entertainment until you sit down and talk with me, until you book an appointment with me, because everybody's situation is different. I can't just say one size fits all because one size doesn't fit all. I don't know what you got going on in your family. I don't know what type of circumstances that you have to deal with. Every case is different. Every case is not the same. So I don't attack it like everything is the same. I have to see what's going on with you. It's just like a doctor. If you went to a doctor, you want to make sure that this doctor is diagnosing you the right way. You don't want a doctor to just come in and say, you got cancer and get the cutting on shit. No, we don't do that here. I have to do a full evaluation on what's going on with you. And once I do that evaluation on what's going on with you, I'm able to look at my tools and put my tools to your use and pair you with those tools that's going to benefit you the best way. So we're going to talk about, again, how to never deal with poverty again. I'm always talking about health insurance. We know what health insurance is for. Health insurance is to protect you right now. It's to protect you if you got sick, to make sure that you got income coming in your house if you become sick. Today's topic is about life insurance, all right? I'm going to talk about a couple of terms that might be a little different than what you guys may be used to. I'm going to talk about trust. I'm going to talk about irrevocable trust. I'm going to talk about revocable trust. I'm going to talk about foundations. These three topics and these three things, these three tools are very, very important. And these are foreign to a lot of us because a lot of us don't use these things. But rich millionaires, billionaires use foundations all the damn time. Bill and Melinda Gates, they are not nice people. They may be okay. They may have a heart. I don't know them personally at all. But a lot of these individuals use foundations to shelter wealth, to protect wealth. They have a large amount of money, so they want to use what the government has put aside as far as tax breaks that can benefit them, because they are giving money out to people and they are helping people. They are very philanthropic. I can't even get that. Philanthropic to people out there. They are doing a thing, but again, they're getting back in paid because of what they have. It's better than just giving your money to the government and letting them do whatever the hell they want to. You can do whatever you want to do with your taxes. You can do whatever you want with your taxes as long as you have a good accountant. And you know, if you don't do stewardship with that and you a 1040, most definitely they're going to take it and put it in the politician's pocket. They're going to put it into wars. They're going to do whatever they want to do with the money that you work hard for. And all you can do is complain about the street lights not being fixed in your streets. And all you can do is complain about how poor the schools are in your neighborhood. All you can do is complain about how dilapidated your neighborhood is because you don't have stewardship or ownership on how taxes work. Taxes are always going to be there. Taxes is the one thing that cripples African Americans because we complain so much about gentrification. Gentrification is a good thing because I don't know anybody who wants to live in a shitty ass community or in a shitty ass neighborhood. You want your neighborhood to look beautiful. And if we're not improving our neighborhood, somebody else will come in and see the value in that. When I see the hood, I see vacant houses, I see vacant land, I see property, I see money, because God is not making any more land. It's up to us to have the vision and the vision to put something there that's going to, number one, produce. Put something there where someone can live, and put something there where it could be great for the next generation. We can re-gentrify our communities if we had the right tools. So I'm going to first talk about, again, how can we not worry about poverty again? Number one, I'm going to talk about a story. I want to talk about somebody that you guys may know. You guys know O.J. Simpson? Everybody know who O.J. Simpson is, right? O.J. Simpson is still labeled to ball today after 24, 27 years, since 94, long ass time. He's still able to ball. People wonder, how in the hell is O.J. Simpson able to ball? This guy hasn't played football in a long ass time. He was doing Isotona commercials before his case hit. He was actually sued for $30 million. in a civil case, wrongful death civil case. This was wrongful death. And I think he only paid altogether $125,000, but he's still able to live good. How was he able to do this? You know why? Because O.J. Simpson has a index universal life policy. He has life insurance. So he's taking the money that he's made and he's put it in a life insurance policy. Now, one thing about this type of life insurance policy is, number one, it has protection. You are protected from creditors. You are protected from lawsuits. Because why? It is not it's part of your portfolio, but it's not assets. It's not money. It's life insurance. But the thing is, you can take money from it when you accumulate money. When you have enough money from it and it's sitting in that life insurance policy, you can actually draw from that money. You can actually draw the money from that life insurance policy. This is how Walt Disney got started, all right? This is how Walt Disney got started. Also, another thing is with that type of policy, you could also, if you put it in an irrevocable trust, everything needs to be in an irrevocable trust. We're talking about every family member. I want you to think long term. Get everybody a life insurance policy in an irrevocable trust. Let the trust account be the beneficiary, okay? Not your wife, not your kid, not your spouse, but the trust be the beneficiary. Your wife can be the administrator, but the irrevocable trust has rules. You will be able to put the rules in there, how you want the money to be distributed, where you want the money to be distributed, who you want the money, who you want to have the money. That's an irrevocable trust. A revocable trust is where it's basically no rules, but an irrevocable trust is where you have rules set around how you want this money to be distributed. Also, it is safe from creditors, all right? Because it's a trust, you don't have to worry about mad taxes. Because it's a foundation, you don't have to worry about mad taxes, meaning property taxes. You can put your home in an irrevocable trust. That's right. You can put your home in an irrevocable trust. I am always talking about these three words that you're going to hear a lot from me: control without ownership. You want to be able to control the property, but you don't want to own it, because when you own something, they can take it from you. When you start making money, people are looking to sue your ass for anything when you start making money. So you want to be able to protect it. So when you have money and you start making money, let's just say you're balling, put it in a life insurance policy. You can always get it back. It's just like a savings account. Only difference is with this savings account, it is accumulating interest over time. It's making money over time. And you're using a term that you may not know. It's called leverage. Your money is doing more than one thing. It's not just sitting in the bank account depreciating. Because as you guys know, if you don't know, it's a thing called inflation. Every 10 years, your money loses its purchasing power. Purchasing power, purchasing power. For example, I got $100,000 in my bank account. In 10 years, I'm only able to get $50,000 worth of goods. Because every 10 years, the purchasing power decreases by 50%. This is good game right here. All right. So you want to have a trust. A lot of us lose our homes, grandma's house, because of taxes. Because a lot of things happen, especially in Chicago, with the gentrification that's going on in Chicago. You may have that home, or she may have owned that home for 20 years. She's on a fixed income. Everything around her is appreciating. The homes are appreciating in value. The home might be worth a lot of money. She don't want to let go of that home because she worked so hard for it. And they understand that. They understand that she's on that fixed income. So what they're going to do is the taxes in the community is going to go up. She's not going to be able to afford the taxes on that house, and they're going to take her home because of taxes. Not because of mortgage and she couldn't pay her mortgage, because of taxes. Now, if she had an irrevocable trust and she put that home under an irrevocable trust, it could shelter her from the taxes, just like a church. Just like a church. Churches don't pay, like I say, churches don't pay taxes. They talk a lot of shit about Creflo Dollar. They talk a lot of shit about New Birth. They talk a lot of shit about Joel Ornstein and his church as far as them not paying taxes. But they playing the game. They playing the game the right way. We're in a capitalistic society. Now, if you got life insurance on everybody in the family, right? And that trust start to build money over time. This is going to allow you to borrow from The trust, your family trust is now your family bank. You don't have to go to Bank of America to get a loan with ridiculous interest. You can create your own loan based around your own parameters, based around your own interests. So if my daughter wanted to get a loan from the Bank of the Geddes Family Trust, I can say, well, instead of you going to Bank of America and they're charging you, 5% interest or 7% interest or 13% interest or whatever, if you want to get a car, I'm going to charge you 1% interest, or I'm going to charge you 2% interest. And I'm going to give you X amount of time in order to pay it. She's able to pay that, and she still has her car. I was able to make 2%. That's good. That's a pretty good deal as far as for her. She's getting what she needs. And also the family trust is still making money. It still has its money. It's still creating money. And we still got life insurance on each other. So if any of us pass away or die, our family trust is still making money. We don't have to worry about being impoverished again. If we want to open up a business, we can go to the family trust because we know we can get a loan from the family trust. As long as, I don't know how your family trust you want to set it up, as long as you have a strong business plan. I don't know any family trust that's going to loan, Pookie or Ray Ray some money in the family trust for a business and his business plan ain't right. This is all about us having accountability and having discipline and running our families like businesses, because either your family members are going to be an asset or they're going to be a liability. You want them to be an asset, being able to create businesses, being able to create. But if you don't shelter them with a life insurance policy, they can easily become a liability. Not just life insurance, again, health insurance. I talk about disability insurance. I talk about, the different types of insurances that are out there. Disability income. I'm going to give you guys a definition of that because I know I wasn't going to talk about, life insurance. I wasn't going to talk about health insurance, but I'm going to go into disability income insurance because a lot of people don't know what this term is and know what it is. Disability income insurance is referred to as loss of time insurance. All right. It pays a weekly or a monthly benefit for disabilities resulting from accidents or sickness. The primary purpose of disability income coverage is to replace loss of personal income due to a disability. They are usually issued on an individual basis or a group basis. You can get it by yourself or you can get it through your job. It's a lot of different ways where you can cover yourself. I'm always telling people to cover their ass and cover their assets. It's all about money, because if you don't have any money, you don't have any options. And when you don't have any options, you're willing to do something that's going to degrade yourself just for foundation, just for the foundation. And I see this happen a lot, with people and their families, because they haven't established themselves to get their foundation together. They don't think they make enough money in order to apply these concepts. I know what I'm mentioning to you guys as far as an index universal life policy, it may seem a little over you guys' heads. Funding these plans may cost a little more money. The reason why they may cost a little bit more money is because if you're trying to create a policy in which let's just say you want $250,000 a year, you may have to fund that bad boy $2,000 a month. $2,000 a month. But then let's just say 20 years from now, this is when you decide you want to retire, you're able to pull out $20,000 a month. Sounds sexy. Sounds sexy because this is something that we need to think about at our ages now. Because again, we're not going to have any 401ks. They're going after you guys 401ks. Y'all don't even know how much your 401ks are being taxed. You think the taxes are high now? Give it some time. All these stimulus checks that they're giving out to people, man, that ain't nothing but that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. They're giving these stimulus checks out, but somebody got to pay for it, right? Somebody has to pay for it, and we're going to be paying for it later on down in the future. They're going after that 401k. Right now, your 401k, if you got over $100,000 in your 401k, you are taxed at 40%. So if you got $100,000 in your 401k, the government is looking at you as an individual who makes $100,000. So they're going to tax that shit. So now you really got $60,000. How long do you think $60,000 is going to last? You worked for 10 years. You worked for 20 years at a job. You got $60,000 after the government then took their piece. They took 40% of what you had. Pretty soon you're going to be signing receipts at Walmart. It's a lot of people who did all the right things. They just didn't know. But the world does not give you an exit because you didn't know. It is what it is. So this information that I'm giving is very important because I want to make sure that you cover your family when it comes to understanding how these different policies work. I am the health insurance guy. I love talking about health insurance, but my background is life insurance. I want everybody in your family to have a life insurance policy. The best time to get a life insurance policy is when you're young. When you're young, it's a lot cheaper. You can get a policy on your daughter for $50,000. It might cost $20 a month. A whole life policy. That means it's forever. Over time, it's going to create income. It's going to have a cash value. Or another strategy that I would tell you guys to do is put life insurance on all of the elders. Everybody in your family is old. You might be paying a nice chunk of change in order to get it, but I would say do it. Put life insurance on all of your elders and make your family trust the beneficiary. If you control the trust and you're the administrator, meaning you are the person that decides the rules, and you have an irrevocable trust is you created the rules, you are in mad control and you don't have to worry about the taxes down the line. You know, a lot of life insurance policies are tax-free. The majority of them, I would say all of them are tax-free, but I'm looking further than that. I'm looking at things that you own. I'm looking at real estate that you may own. I'm looking at 401ks that you may own. You can transfer all and everything over to your irrevocable trust because now you own nothing. You own nothing on paper. The family trust owns everything, but you are in control of it. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. You are in control. This is, again, control without ownership. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. This was some good game later on, late tonight. You know, I'm going to finish doing what I'm doing because my codes are just burning out on my hookah. And I just wanted to give you guys some good game about irrevocable trust and revocable trust as well as life insurance. Get yourself some fucking life insurance while it's cheap right now. Cover yourself. We in COVID right now. You know, a lot of people are going to die. A lot of people have died last year. I've seen mad funerals, a lot of funerals. I've seen funerals that people couldn't pay for. We was part of a funeral that we could barely pay for. It was crazy, you know, coming up with money out of thin air. And then you have conflict in your family because you have no rules and perimeters. Get your wills set up. One thing that's guaranteed is that everybody is going to die. We just don't know when. If we all knew when, then we could prepare ahead of time, but we don't know when. You can go outside, get hit by a truck, boom. He was such a nice guy, but he didn't have his affairs in order. And it's a thin line between love and hate. I always say this, it's a thin line between love and hate. They can love you one moment, but they can hate the debt that you left them. And you don't have to be, you know, a big baller in order to do this. You know, you can leave your family as a hero compared to leaving your family as a zero. You know, I wasn't able to do this. So, you know, I created this kind of atmosphere for my daughter. You know, I created this kind of atmosphere for my son. You know, a lot of young men, when they don't have choices, they don't have options, they do things illegal in order to survive. I was part of the street at one point. Everybody that I've known, even myself, you know, this wasn't some shit that we wanted to do, but we had to feed our families. We had to feed ourselves. We had to make sure that our lights was on. We had to make sure that we had gas in our home. We had siblings to take care of. We had mothers to take care of if we were in a single mother household and you are a male in the household. So the whole infrastructure changes, you know, and I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this poverty that can easily happen if you don't plan. Again, life insurance is the easiest way to build wealth. It's the easiest way to start a portfolio for yourself and your family. If you don't do it for your family, do it for you. You know, I always mention, you know, life insurance, depending on where you go, it has a lot of different options. It has a lot of different perimeters on it. You can add, you may have riders on it that's going to cover you for critical illness. Critical illness meaning, you know, you fuck around and you have a stroke. It's plans that are just for stroke that will give you $100,000 if you had a stroke, if you had a heart attack. Now you may go to the doctor and get yourself checked out and you're still alive, but your ability to earn income is always going to be affected. It's gone. But you got that 100 grand. You may need to go somewhere in order to get alternative treatment. You may need to pay $20,000 or $30,000 cash up front to get the alternative treatment in order to get you 100%, get you back on your feet, back on your square, back on your shit. But it's going to take money in order to make that happen. When you don't have any money, you don't have any options. And I'm talking the basics. And it's a lot of guys out here, they may be, they may be balling and doing this, that, and the other. Just get sick. That's all I tell you. Just get sick. And we see how much money you really don't have. You might be a doctor. You may be making $300,000. It sounds good, and it seems cool. Just wait until your ability to earn income is gone just because you got sick, and then you got to liquidate things off. You may have to sell your home. Your home may have a nice appreciated value, but when you are down and out, that's when the vultures come in. They want that shit for the low, and you're desperate. When you're desperate, you do desperate things. You make desperate moves because you're desperate and you need it. I don't want you to make moves out of desperation. You should never have to make a move out of desperation. So again, this is your boy Vince Geddes, the health insurance guy. I don't have too many people on this live, but pass this along to somebody who can use it. Pass this game along to somebody who have the ear of understanding this, who want to learn a little bit about finance, who want to cover themselves, who want to cover their family. And I thank you, Real GTM, for the compliment. Not too many people that look like me that's in this industry. And, I want to make this a common thing. I want to make this a common conversation. I want us to be talking about life insurance and health insurance. This has to be a common conversation for us. Again, the writing's on the wall. They say 2055 Black-owned businesses are going to be obsolete due to COVID. That brought it down to 2035. But I want to prove all the numbers wrong. I want us to create businesses. I want us to create stability within ourselves. And I want us to be able to empower ourselves because it's on us. It's not the governments that's going to come through to take care of us. God is not going to come out of the sky to do anything. He has given us 2 arms, 2 legs, and a brain. Who has 2 arms and 2 legs? Because some people only got 1 arm or 1 leg. He gave you air in your lungs. And the rest is up to you. So again, you guys take it easy. I'm going to get up out of here and finish enjoying myself for the rest of the night. So again, pass this video on to someone who can use it. Y'all take it easy. Love y'all out there. And thank you for checking out my videos. Vince Geddes, the health insurance guy. So if you're looking for health insurance or if you're looking for life insurance, you can reach out to me at area code 404-689-2322. That's 404-689-2322, or just book your appointment with me at www.getnextdayhealth.com. That's www.getnextdayhealth.com. Again, OJ Simpson, he's still balling today because he has an IUL. He's not hurting for nothing. You don't hear about OJ, in the soup kitchens, OJ living any kind of way. OJ is living good 20-some years later on down the line because they can't take your life insurance policy. But if you got a 401k, you got property, you got a business, they can take that. So I hope this game was good for y'all. Y'all run with it. If you don't want to run with it, it's going to run away from you, and your pockets is going to run away from you too because somebody's going to be at it and your money is going to be in somebody else's pocket. So y'all take it easy. Peace.